All right, it is 1:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the East Coast. My name is Kosh Taylor, a.k.a. Miss Go. Listen. The NAACP, back in the time of the Atlanta child murders, was not operating under a 501c federal code. Listen to what I'm saying. The National Advancement of Colored People. I'll go back and check and see if the Black Coalition or the Southern Leadership Conference or any of those people have actually taken the 501c or D or F or any of those, because they cannot assist you in this situation any longer. When they told me that there was nothing I was going to be able to do about it, I felt like that was coming from a terrible place. And I know that I cannot partner anymore with the NAACP through this child civil rights movement. The NAACP did not have any government money pumped into them like that. So everything they did back then and accomplished back then was accomplished without a 501c, D, or F. They're only taking dictation. If you talk to them, they're only taking dictation. Getting business and taking dictation. All right. So we're going to dive back into the Atlanta child murders. Let me point out the key names one more time. The victims, summer of 1979, was 14-year-old Edward Hope Smith and 13-year-old Alfred Evans. Then there's Milton Harvey, age 14, Yusuf Bell, age 9. Were both found dead in late 1979. Bell's body was found discovered in a abandoned school 4 blocks from his home. They was looking for him. The Negroes helped him look for him too, though. In 1980, the death toll intensified. 12-year-old Angel Lanier was murdered in early March. Her body was found tied to a tree. Post, the post. It was called the post then. Police insisted to her mother that the girl had simply run away from home. 11-year-old Jeffrey Mathis disappeared next, although his body wouldn't be found until almost a year later. Eric Middlebrooks, age 15, was found bludgeoned in May. That same month, Camille Bell, mother of Yusuf, and I think Camille and the other baby and other little boy's mother, I think they're cousins. Willie Mae Mathis, mother of Jeffrey, and Venus Taylor, mother of Angel Lanier. 7-year-old Latanya Wilson and 10-year-old Aaron White. Anthony Carter, age 9. Carl Lee Terrell, age 10. 5 more children vanished before the year's end. 7 other children and 6 adults were killed in 1981. All right. So the investigation. The early police work in the Atlanta child murders could politely be called incompetent. For months, investigators refused to believe that the killings were even connected, and public figures hesitated to make details of the case known for fear of how it might damage the city's reputation. Mindhunter, and we're back at the Vulture article here, where they claim, the true story behind Mindhunter's Atlanta child murders. This is an article by Brian Tellerico of the Chicago Critics Film Festival. All right. The investigation. So Mindhunter drops its semi-fictional characters into the case by way of the grieving mothers behind the Committee to Stop Children's Murders. Okay. The fictional Holden Ford meets Camille Bell. Okay, Holden Ford is a fictional character. That was not the actual name of the people. And, of course, for safety purposes, their names probably were changed. All right. So Camille is the mother of Yusuf Bell. June Carroll plays her in that show. They say it's a storyline that captures how she and other mothers pressured the police to face the facts of what was happening in their city. Atlanta police had formed a task force with other state investigators by that time, with two agents acting as a liaison between local officials and the behavioral science unit. But a federal case had yet to be opened, as the real Bell told people back in 1980. Right? The more we talked, we found that none of us had been able to get the police to keep in touch with us. They wouldn't call us back. Nothing was being done. The investigation finally started to get serious in August, after 13-year-old Clifford Jones's body was found strangled. The fact that Jones was from another city, he was from Cleveland and visiting relatives, likely helped turn up the heat and bring national attention to the case. After 11-year-old Darren Glass went missing in September, his disappearance led the FBI to open a kidnapping investigation, according to former FBI official Susan Lloyd, based on the theory that the boy was taken across state lines. By November, the FBI opened an investigation known as ATKID, that's ATKID, and the nightly news was regularly reporting on the case. A 6-figure reward was raised to help capture the killer. Thousands of people started to help with the investigation. To be clear, Mindhunter plays a bit loose with history here. Holden Ford is on the ground a lot in Atlanta. She's murdering the people in this investigation. Right, meeting the grieving mothers and guiding the investigation, Atlanta authorities really did call in the FBI and Bureau agents indeed. Hold on just a moment. The Bureau agents indeed helped profile the suspect and even visit 3 crime scenes, according to Lord. Ford's real-life inspiration, John Douglas, came down to Atlanta in early 1981. Douglas walked the woods in South Atlanta where 5 of the children's bodies had been found and reviewed the case files. He also relied on assessments from interviews previously conducted by his unit with 25 serial and mass murderers. But he wasn't the first FBI profiler from the behavioral science unit to work on the case, and his approach differed somewhat from the much more on-the-ground work portrayed in Mindhunter. Much like Ford, though, Douglas did believe that the killer was a black person because, as Lloyd recounts, a white person could not easily travel in black neighborhoods without creating a great deal of suspicion. On Mindhunter, Ford's profile drives the investigation, with the show questioning whether or not it solved the case or pinned the murders on the wrong man. The show puts Ford way more on the ground and hands-on than Douglas was in real life. But the fictional edition serves an important thematic purpose. It emphasizes how profiling tremendously influenced the case, while also showing the heavy involvement of the FBI over the final months of investigation. All right, give me a moment here. The Atlanta child murders. When you're a person that is sensitive to that type of stuff, you have to take a break. All right, guys. So history, they say, repeats itself. Everything that is said to you, do you see that as a message? Who do you see that as a message from? Is every message you receive from God? So, that's why I said it had to be a cult or something, a group of people, because reportedly, the reason why they were not really interested in putting all those cases together as one incident is because of the different techniques in which the children and the men were murdered. The variation in the ways. Then, with the study of knowledge of what you do know about serial killers, someone always says something like, men like variety. Men like variety. So I keep thinking like, okay. If they like variety, why the fuck are they not happy in any relationship? They like variety. So then that would flip to whatever every motherfucking serial killer that we've ever known to be caught and identified. That leads us to believe that by them having a consistency of whatever they do to the victims and picking the victims and all that stuff, the consistency, that wouldn't make sense. See, these are looking like sporadic instances. This person likes variety. So is it possible that the serial killers who have a certain type is a woman and the other is a male, like in the Atlanta child murders? My belief is the Duck Goose killer. I'm telling you, these are women. Duck Goose killer, that's a woman. Donald Duck killer, those are women. Those are women. And that's what I'm saying to you. That's women. I can tell just by analyzing certain situations that this may be the Duck Goose killer here. This may be the Donald Duck killer here. But this a man here. A style of murder. Even when it comes to suicide, they're saying that women have a different way of of committing suicide versus a man. There's a lot going on. But we are also big perv. The rappers are talking about big perv and all that stuff. Just like I have many, different names that I go by. Miss Go, Big Facts, Miss Codge, names like that. That leads me to believe that big perv, big worm, and any of those bitches could all be the same. But I ain't one of them. I'm not one of them. Yeah, but it makes sense. A lot of people re-enter town that's here only at certain time periods. Stuff like that. But I'm going to come back with the next portion of the article and more. All right. I'm Miss Kosh Taylor, a.k.a. Miss Go. Get it back in blood.